Welcome to Northern Ontario. Well, not Northern Ontario. I'm still down in the south, but I'm thinking of it. I loved living up there, man. I'm stuck down here because of my fucking health. Because I wrecked it living in Northern Ontario. I got heart speed, I got heart problems. Oh, I got arthritis all through my body every fucking morning, every fucking night. Jeez. Anyways, so it's October the 11th, 2018, a Thursday. Tonight is the Giants versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I'd say it would be a good game 10 years ago, but I don't know about the Giants anymore. They got Eli Manning, and he should have retired. I liked him as a quarterback, but you know, long in the tooth, we all get long in the tooth, and people figure out our moves. And so, I was reading the newspaper. I do that every so often, and apparently, Western Canadians, Albertans, Saskatchewan, Manitobans, they don't feel connected with the rest of the country. They feel like second-class citizens, like we're ignoring them. Right? And I'm sitting there going, I'm from fucking Northern Ontario, man. If you want to be ignored, you should be from Northern Ontario. But the strangest thing is, you go to Northern Ontario, and they are so contented with being Canadians. I mean, it is just the weirdest thing. They should be standing up because they haul away millions of dollars worth of, well, I think it's because of oil. If a province has oil, it wants to keep its friggin' oil money, and they all get greedy. Northern Ontario has a lot of resources, trust me. It's got water coming out the yin yang. The other provinces don't have water, that much fresh water. I mean, you get your boots soaked in fresh water up in Northern Ontario. They got rocks, and they got trees, they got landscape like you wouldn't believe. They got hunting is better in Northern Ontario because the animals have all these little glens and ridges and places to hide, and like small game hunting is really good there. Moose hunting is really good. So Northern Ontario has gold, diamonds, renewable power sources. But we're getting fucking ignored. Northern. I mean, if I have to remind myself I'm from there, right? I have to remind myself that every day I miss it. Seriously. But there's nothing there. I mean, even the people who live there ignore themselves. I mean, from 1970, which is like half a century ago now, I've been urging them to get their own province within Confederation. This is not to separate from the Union of Confederation, but it's to establish Northern Ontario as a separate province. And all these friggin' idiots in Thunder Bay go, oh, maybe we should join Manitoba. No, we should have our own damn province. They said, well, we don't have any money. Yeah, you got tons of money. Where do you think Southern Ontario gets its money from? It gets its money from Hemlo. It gets its money from, it got its money from, extracted all of Manitowaj. What did it leave Manitowaj? Nothing. I mean, all the billions of dollars hauled out of Manitowaj, you think they'd still have a town left, right? All the hundreds of millions of dollars they pulled out of Marathon due to the pulp mill, you think they got it? No. So there's money there. Now the resource industries are down. But that's because that area of the province is ignored. I'm down here, they have no freaking clue. They have a rough time imagining that Muskoka is Northern Ontario. And I'm sitting there, what? And people go, what I tell them, I'm from Marathon. And they go, yeah, well, that's way far away up north. And I'm saying, no, it's below the 49th parallel still. And I'm telling you the truth. You got to go another 30 miles north, and then you hit the 49th parallel, which is supposed to be the southern border of Canada, right? So technically, Marathon's in Southern Ontario. If you go by the 49th parallel. I've been on the 49th parallel. There's actually a road up there along the 49th. It's a logging road. I forgot what they call it. The pine tree line or something. Yeah, I've been up there, so it's quite neat. But then you realize that you look along the 49th and it goes right across Canada. But you're still below the 49th, and Marathon is still below the 49th. That old lake is below. So, now that we established that, what am I talking? What area of the province am I talking about again? Something I forgot.